Hi, passionate Rangers FC fans. Welcome to Rangers Update, your dedicated source for all things Rangers. Before we dive in, we want to express our gratitude for your unwavering support. If you bleed blue, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and let's strengthen our community. Now, let's get into the latest updates. A hearty welcome to our new followers. Your backing means the world to us. What P? Let's get to the news. All right, folks, gather round because this one's sending shockwaves through Scottish football. I'm talking about the Rangers landing none other than John McGINN, a move that's got everyone from the pubs in Govan to the terraces at Ibrox absolutely buzzing. Picture it, the Aston Villa captain, the Tartan Army warrior, the lad who's been the beating heart of Scotland's midfield for years now strapping on the royal blue, the kind of signing that makes your spine tingle, doesn't it? You can almost hear the murmurs in Glasgow. Is it true? Has McGINN really signed? Well, it's not just whispers anymore. It's official, it's happening, and it's massive. The man brings more than just grit. He brings leadership, experience, and that classic Scottish bite in midfield that the Rangers have been craving for seasons. And let's not forget the sheer symbolism of it. McGINN, a boy who's lived and breathed Scottish football, now taking the armband energy he carried at Villa straight into Ibrox. The blue half of the city is roaring, while the green half, well, they're absolutely seething. You can feel it in the air, the kind of tension that makes this league electric once again. Now let's talk about what this means for the Rangers dressing room. Imagine walking in as a player and seeing McGINN sitting there, boots laced, ready to go. That's instant authority. He's not the loudest lad in the room, but when he speaks, people listen. And with Rangers going through that phase of rebuilding, trying to close the gap and bring back that relentless dominance they once had, a figure like McGINN could be the missing piece. He's a natural leader, not just a captain on the pitch, but the kind who demands standards without saying a word. His work rate, unmatched. His tackling, fierce. His understanding of the Scottish game, second to none. You can bet the young players are going to look up to him, and even the veterans will be taking notes. It's like the club sent a message not just to their rivals, but to every fan. The rebuild isn't a whisper anymore. It's a roar. McGinn's arrival is more than a transfer. It's a statement of intent that Rangers are done being second best. Of course, let's not kid ourselves. This move's stirred up a bit of drama. Celtic fans are already losing their minds on social media, calling it betrayal, irony, even poetic punishment. Remember, McGinn's family ties lean heavily green. His uncle, Sir Alex Ferguson, famously a Celtic man, and many thought that if John ever came back north, it'd be to Parkhead. But football's not sentimental, is it? It's about ambition, opportunity, and sometimes a bit of payback. The Rangers board saw the opening and pounced, offering him the project, the wages, and the promise of a legacy. And McGINN, well, maybe he fancied being part of something new, something that could etch his name in Scottish football history for all the right reasons. This isn't just a signing, it's a twist in one of the oldest rivalries in the world, the kind of twist that gets pundits talking for weeks and fans arguing for years. Rangers have not only strengthened their midfield, they've poked the hornet's nest across the city, but here's where things get really interesting. Tactically, McGINN changes everything. Picture him sitting just behind the forwards, linking play, pressing high, driving through the lines with that trademark low center of gravity. It's chaos for defenders and heaven for fans. Philippe Clement now has a weapon that can shift the entire rhythm of a game, whether it's in domestic fixtures or those intense European nights under the lights. McGinn's energy and composure, could be what separates the Rangers from the rest. And let's be honest, the Scottish Premiership's been crying out for a bit of that Premier League polish mixed with homegrown passion. McGINN embodies that perfectly. He's Scottish through and through, but with the technical refinement of someone who's been forged in England's top flight. That's gold dust for Rangers. You can already picture it. Ibrox bouncing, McGINN dictating play, the fans chanting his name. It's not just a signing. It's the beginning of a new identity, for the team. Financially speaking, it's a bold move too. Reports suggest Rangers had to dig deep for this one, deep for matching a wage package that few thought possible north of the border. But that's the modern game. You pay for leadership, for influence, for a name that gets sponsors interested and fans queuing at the club shop. The shirt sales alone will skyrocket. You can almost guarantee McGINN 7 will be the top seller by Christmas. And beyond the money, this is about optics. For too long, Scottish football has seen its top talents leave and never come back. McGinn's return flips that narrative on its head. It says Scotland's league isn't just a stepping stone, it's a destination again. For Rangers, it's a PR masterstroke. For the rest of the league, it's a wake-up call. You can't underestimate what this does for morale, not just in Govan, but across the entire Scottish football scene. Suddenly, everyone's paying attention again, and maybe that's the biggest win of all. Football, especially up here in Scotland, thrives on stories, on heroes, villains, betrayals, and comebacks. John McGINN signing for Rangers ticks every single one of those boxes. He's the warrior returning home, but he's also the disruptor, the man rewriting the old script. It's going to be fiery, it's going to be emotional, and it's going to be unforgettable. Imagine that first Old Firm derby. McGINN in blue standing across from the Celtic midfield. The noise so loud you can't hear yourself think. It's goosebumps, just picturing it. Whatever side you're on, one thing's certain. Scottish football just got its spark back. This isn't just about transfers or tactics or money. It's about pride, passion, and power. And right now, Rangers have all three wrapped up in one man. The John McGINN era at Ibrox has begun, and by the looks of it, there's no turning back. Now, the fallout from this blockbuster move is only just beginning to take shape. The Scottish media's gone into overdrive, every headline screaming McGinn's name, every pundit dissecting what it means for both clubs. Some are calling it the boldest move since Rangers' revival from financial collapse. Others say it's a gamble, that McGinn's best years might be behind him. But you wouldn't bet against a man like him, would you? Not after the journey he's had from St Mirren to Hibs, from Hibs to Villa, from the Championship to the Premier League, and now back home as a national hero. It feels like the perfect full circle moment, but with a twist. McGinn's not coming home to relax, he's coming home to conquer. You can sense that fire in him, that hunger to prove a point, not just to his critics, but to himself. It's that kind of mentality that wins trophies, that changes dressing rooms, that turns clubs from challengers into champions. The Rangers boardroom must be feeling pretty smug right now, because this deal is a masterclass in timing. Just when fans were starting to question the direction of the club, when performances felt flat and the gap at the top seemed just a bit too wide, they've pulled off a coup that's reignited belief. You can't put a price on that kind of momentum. Suddenly, season ticket renewals are surging. The buzz around training sessions has doubled, and every fan podcast in the country is lighting up with theories about how Clement will use McGINN. Some reckon he'll be the deep-lying orchestrator. Others see him as the advanced midfielder pushing into the box like Gerrard used to in his prime. Either way, his presence forces opponents to rethink their entire setup. McGINN doesn't just play the game, he changes it. And that's something Rangers have sorely missed since the days of Barry Ferguson. Over at Celtic Park, though, there's no denying the sting. It's one thing to lose a title race, it's another to lose a player who feels like part of your spiritual DNA to your fiercest rivals. The fan forums are in meltdown, some blaming the board for letting him slip away back in 2018, others questioning why they didn't make a move now. And let's be real, Celtic's midfield has been dominant for years, but McGinn's arrival adds a new variable they can't ignore. It's psychological warfare at its finest. You can almost imagine Brendan Rodgers watching the announcement and muttering under his breath. It's that kind of moment, one that stirs emotions, fuels rivalry, and brings the fire back into the old firm. The next derby isn't just about points anymore. It's personal. Every tackle, every chant, every cheer will carry extra meaning now. The fans, meanwhile, are treating this like a cultural moment. Social media's flooded with videos of McGINN highlights, old interviews, and even mashups of him in blue. The pubs are alive again. The talk on every street corner is electric. This is the beauty of Scottish football: passion, chaos, and pride all rolled into one. It's not just about what happens on the pitch, it's about identity. McGinn's signing taps into something deeper, that feeling of reclaiming something that was lost. For Rangers supporters, it's a return to belief. For everyone else, it's a reminder that football up here is still capable of shocks that make the world look north again. The storytelling, the history, the rivalries, they all just got richer. McGinn's more than a player now. He's a symbol of a league that refuses to fade quietly. And yet, beyond all the noise, there's something almost poetic about this whole thing. McGinn's always been known as the everyman footballer, grounded, hard-working, loyal to his roots. Even as he was bossing midfields in the Premier League, you never got the sense he'd forgotten where he came from. That's why this move resonates so deeply. It's not just about footballing strategy, it's about heart. He's returning to his homeland, to his people, to a game that shaped him, and doing it in a way that's bound to divide opinions but unite passions. Whether you love or loathe the Rangers, you can't deny what this means for Scottish football's heartbeat. It's a love story and a storm all at once, and it's exactly what the sport needed. Football's better when it's a little unpredictable, when it stirs something inside you. And John McGINN has done just that. So here we are, standing at the start of a new chapter. McGINN in royal blue, Ibrox buzzing, and the entire nation watching. You can already see the headlines being written, the songs being sung, the rivalries reigniting with fresh venom. It's the kind of transfer that doesn't just change a team, it changes an era. Whether this ends in glory or heartbreak, one thing's for sure, we'll remember it. Every tackle, every goal, every roar from the stands will be etched into the history books. And maybe, just maybe, years from now, we'll look back and say, this was the moment Scottish football turned the page, the kind of moment that reminds you why you fell in love with the game in the first place. So buckle up, folks. The John McGINN era at Rangers has begun, and by the looks of it, it's going to be one wild ride. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. The impact of John McGinn's arrival isn't just being felt in Glasgow, as it's rippling across the entire Scottish football landscape. Managers from Aberdeen to Hearts are already adjusting their plans, knowing full well that Rangers have just added a midfield general who can dictate games on his own. Broadcasters are loving it too. Suddenly, the narrative is rich again, full of tension and intrigue. Sponsors who'd been looking south for visibility are now sniffing around the Scottish Premiership again, drawn by the drama. It's amazing how one player can change the mood of a whole nation's footballing culture. McGinn's signing feels like a reminder that Scottish football still has teeth, that it still matters on the big stage, and that's something fans have been desperate to feel again. You can sense it. The optimism, the anticipation, the belief that the league's got its spark back. Everyone's watching, waiting to see what happens next. And for the first time in a while, every match day feels like it might just make history. Inside the Rangers camp, there's talk of how McGinn's presence has already lifted training intensity. Players who were maybe coasting a little are suddenly pushing harder, desperate to impress a man whose reputation is built on relentless work. Coaches describe him as a force of standards, someone who raises the bar without needing to shout. And that's exactly what this Rangers side needed, and someone to remind them what it means to wear the badge, to fight for every inch on that Ibrox pitch. Clement's philosophy has always been about structure and effort, and McGinn fits that blueprint perfectly. The pair reportedly clicked from their very first meeting, both speaking the same footballing language, one built on honesty, graft, and hunger. That connection could be the foundation for something special, maybe even the spark that reignites a title challenge, because make no mistake, McGinn didn't come here for nostalgia. He came to win, and he's bringing that mentality with him. Still, the real test is yet to come. The first Old Firm derby with McGinn in blue will be nothing short of volcanic. Every pass he makes, every tackle he puts in, every glance toward the Celtic bench will be scrutinized and remembered. That's the weight of this rivalry, and McGinn knows it. But if there's one thing he's never lacked, it's courage. He's faced English giants, captained his country, and battled through setbacks. And now he's ready for the biggest stage in Scottish football. You can almost picture it now. The roar of Ibrox echoing through the city. McGinn leading from the front, the energy pulsing through the stands. Whether you're blue or green, you'll feel it. This isn't just another signing. It's a story that'll live in the folklore of the game. And as the whistle blows and McGinn takes his first touch in a Rangers shirt, the whole of Scotland will be watching, knowing they're witnessing the start of something unforgettable. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned,